All right, so if you want to become a menace on NBA 2K25 and crumble the shit out of every point guard you see, you have came to the right place. I got a couple lockdown builds for you that are going to make your life a lot better, and your teammates are actually going to thank you for it. You know, you got high perimeter, high steal. You could create your own shot. You could dunk the pill if you need. You're going to be fast. You know, you're going to see the builds on the chapters below. I just need a quick little favor from y'all, and that's going to be to hit the subscribe button and drop a like while you're down there. I mean, they're right next to each other. We are on the road to 60K, so I mean, y'all got to hit that subscribe button, and I'm giving you guys some of the best builds on the game. But I mean, without further ado, I don't like wasting time. We could go ahead and get right into the My Player Builder. All right, so if you know, on NBA 2K25, the meta for lockdowns pretty much the whole year is going to be 6'4" for a lot of reasons. I mean, you're fast, you get patty, you could just blitz shit, you can run into heads. 6'4" locks are where it's going to be at. So we're going to be going small forward on the position, height 6'4", of course. Weight, we're going to be going 235 pounds. And then our wingspan is going to be at 7 foot. So make sure to copy these down for your vitals. And we could go ahead and press X and press continue. But this 6'4" lockdown is going to be a little bit different. We can go down to our physicals. Of course, our speed is going to be a 90. Our agility is going to be maxed out at a 90. But we're going to have a 92 strength on this 6'4" lock. And you guys are probably going to be like, how is this possible? Where are we going to lack in attributes? I mean, we're just going to have to see. Vertical 65. And I mean, we're doing lockdown builds. It's only right if we start off at our defense. Interior defense, go ahead and put it to a 70. Your perimeter, go ahead and put it to a 96. Steal, go ahead and put it to a 94. Block, we're going to max it out to a 71. Offensive rebound, we're also going to put it up to a 71 if I could put it there. And then defensive rebound is going to be a 60. So check me out here. If you're curious about our cap breakers, we could start off with that already. We're going to put our perimeter and steal to a 99 with cap breakers, but you guys might be thinking we need +3 on the perimeter and +5 on the steal. So that's going to be 8 cap breakers. And I mean, we are in season 5. If you do have the +5 cap breakers and the +3 from each of the seasons, you could go ahead and do that. But if not, you might either just want to thug it out for a little bit with this build, or, you know, look at the other build, but that's really up to you. You will need 8 cap breakers minimum for this build. So yeah, again, as I said, +3 on perimeter, +5 on steal, but we could go ahead and talk about that soon. So 70 interior defense, we're on a 6'4" lock, so obviously we're not going to get, you know, paint patroller or post move lockdown, but the 70 interior defense is going to help us out a lot. If, you know, a LeBron James build is trying to drop his nuts in the paint and absolutely, you know, yam our shit, it's not going to be a good look for him. You're going to get a bump, especially with the 92 strength and being 235 pounds. You're just going to be able to bump them out the way and get an animation majority of the time. You know, obviously it's not going to be 100%, but, you know, it's going to be every now and then. 96 perimeter defense. For now, without the cap breakers, you do get Hall of Fame challenger, Hall of Fame on-ball menace, gold pick dodger, legend immovable on a 6'4" lock is crazy, and then obviously the off-ball pest. But we're going to be putting +3 cap breakers on it to make it a 99 perimeter, which is going to give us all of these lovely badges on the legend tier. But in my opinion, if you are a 6'4" lockdown with a 90 speed, 90 agility, and a 99 perimeter, and you still can't play defense, I don't think lockdown is going to be for you. Because trust me, it is super overpowered in this game, you know, especially with all of the attributes that you have. And then steal, we're going to be putting it on a +5, so we get a 99 steal, which is going to give us that legend glove and legend interceptor. But for now, we do have gold glove, Hall of Fame interceptor. Steal is not really that crazy in this game, as we all know. I don't even think 99 steal is necessarily worth it anymore on this game. Well, neither is perimeter, but, you know, we could still have the attributes if we do have the cap breakers. That's what we love so much about cap breakers in this game. We can get attributes that we don't really need. If you don't have the extra cap breakers, the gold glove and Hall of Fame interceptor is going to treat you just right. You should have no worries whatsoever. 71 block. We do get high flying denier on bronze, which is interesting because, again, we are on a 6'4" lock, so, you know, you're not going to be getting too many blocks. But I mean, with all the other attributes kept in mind, like a 70 interior, you got some vertical and strength. Maybe you can get a chase on block every now and then, you know, obviously the badge is going to help out just a little bit. Obviously, high flying denier being a new badge in this game is pretty much like chase on artist, but I mean, we're in March, you should already know what this badge does. Going down to our rebounding, we got a 71 O board and a 60 defensive rebound. Now, with our rebounding, 71 O board is going to give us that silver box out beast and bronze rebound chaser, which you should be grabbing majority of the rebounds if you're crashing out the corner, which, trust me, if you're a lockdown, please crash for your guards that are chucking it, especially since we're playing NBA 2K25, where this is a very chuck, you know, enforced game from the 3-point line or the midi or whatever it is. Please crash out the corner, get the box out at least, just do something. And then 60 defensive rebound. This is going to help you get some rebounds, but not too many. I'm going to keep it a buck with you guys. So the defense on this build, we are looking pretty sturdy with it. I'm not gonna lie, we could go up to our playmaking. That's just the next attribute category above defense. We got 65 pass accuracy. Our ball handle is gonna be a 75, and then our speed with ball is also gonna be a 75. That's pretty much it. So 65 pass sack, it's pretty standard amongst lockdowns. People go anywhere from 50 to 65. And I mean, obviously we're on the higher end of it. We do get bronze brake starter and bronze dimer, which are not going to affect you too much. I mean, you could throw it down on the brake if you get that defensive rebound, but it's not going to make much of a difference. You know, the pass might be slightly faster, but the dimer, your point guard might be a little happy if you send him on an off ball, and then he gets that bronze dimer on the 3-point line. He might benefit from it a little bit, but 75 ball handle and 75 speed with ball. We do get strong handle on gold, so we low-key can take the ball and work with it a little bit, especially since it's a 6'4 lock and you're going to have Patty Mills. You can maybe create your shot, quick stop, you know, get a little bit of a glitchy speed boost and get a couple threes or middies up off of it. And then 75 speed with ball, we do get silver lightning launch. So again, we could be a little fast if we need to. I have seen some 6'4 locks look kind of crazy, you know, dribbling the ball whenever their point guard is absolutely fried. But 65 pass sack, 75 ball handle, and 75 speed with ball, this is exactly what we're gonna need. Now for our shooting, we got an 88 3-point shot. We're gonna keep our mid-range at a 78, and then our free throw is going to be at a 79. This is gonna be perfect for us. You know, obviously the Patty Mills is going to come into effect on the 6'4 lockdown build. It literally like is so glitchy and it's crazy, because having Patty on a lockdown, even though this isn't really like a crazy tall lock, it's still insane to have. And then especially with all these shooting badges like silver Deadeye, bronze limitless, silver set shot, and silver shifty shooter, I mean, you can't really go wrong, you know, shooting from the corner, the wing, top of the key, even from deep. I'm not gonna lie to you, 88 3-point is still like pretty good, you know, especially since I use an ISO build that has an 85 3-point. I could still pull from pretty deep. So, I mean, you guys should know how it gets already. 78 midi is not going to, you know, do too much for you, but if you need to do a Pro 2 fade at the midi, you know, you might be able to every now and then. And then 79 free throw. You still got a little bit of free throw if you take this build to the rec center. I mean, it's really up to you. Now, to round this build off is going to be at our finishing. We got an 80 driving dunk. Our driving layup's going to stay a 60. Close shot stay a 66. Standing dunk, put it all the way up to a 65. And that's going to be pretty much it for this build. I mean, it's looking insane. We could talk about our driving dunk and standing dunk real quick though. We got an 80 driving dunk, obviously, for that Malik Monk. And then we also get a couple other packages. I think anywhere between 70 and 80 driving dunk for a build that's not really centered around dunking is pretty much the sweet spot. And we also do get bronze posterizer for a little bit of that contact. And then obviously that aerial wizard. You know, if someone throws us a lob or we want to do the self lob, this is going to help us out a lot. And then 65 standing dunk. I mean, I think we get maybe 1 or 2 standing dunk packages, but it's the same concept. You run to the rim, you hold square, you should be able to get it majority of the time. So anyways, this 6'4 lockdown build, the first variation of it is looking crazy for this game. I mean, again, if you want to crumble some guards, if you want to make their life absolutely miserable, you should go ahead and use this build. So we can run through it one more time. We got an 80 driving dunk for that Malik Monk. We got a 65 standing dunk if we need to get one, you know, at any point in time. We got an 88 3-point shot with a bunch of silver badges plus Patty Mills, so you can shoot from the corner or the wing. We got a 65 pass sack if you need to pass it every now and then, 75 ball handle and speed with ball just in case you need to dribble a little bit. You know, your point guard's a little crumbled, maybe he's a little dookie, maybe he's even a random, you know, you're going to be able to dribble a bit. 70 interior, we got 99 perimeter and steal after the cab breakers if you do have them. Again, you know, put them on perimeter first and then steal after, like, you know, if you only got 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. We got 71 block if we need to get some blocks every now and then, 71 O board, 60 D board, and then 92 strength. Let me know what you guys think about this build down in the comment section below. I mean, it's looking insane. I would definitely want one of these on my team if I was running a traditional lineup, you know, point guard, small lock, and then popper. It's just looking insane. Let's go ahead and press X, press continue, and see what build name we have came up with. It looks like we have came up with a 3ND wing. So again, if you want to make this build, go ahead and swipe the Visa. Maybe, you know, you want to do no money spent challenge on it, which I wouldn't recommend on a lock, but you know, however way you're going to do it, maybe put on the shiesty, go ahead and make this build. All right, so now for the second variation of the 6'4 lockdown, this one's going to be a little bit skinnier. We're not going to have the 92 strength on it. This one's going to be 204 pounds. Obviously, we're going to keep the small forward position, 6'4 on the height and a 7-foot wingspan. It's going to be a little bit different, not too much, but you guys are going to see what I'm talking about in a second. So we could go down to our physicals, of course. We're going to have a bit more speed and agility on this build. We got 92 speed, and then our agility is going to be a 93, which is pretty much baseline for 6'4s if you don't have that 92 strength. We're still going to have a 72 strength if we could put it up to that, and then our vertical is going to stay at a 62. So We can go to our defense. We got a 60 interior. Our perimeter is going to be at a 97, if I could put it up there. And then our steal is going to be at a 96, which you guys should be able to see what we're doing already. Our block's going to be a 48. Our offensive rebound is going to be a 46. Defensive rebound, we're going to put it up to a 72, and that's going to, be it for our defensive stats. Obviously, it's not, as crazy as the other build, but this one's going to be if you have only 5 cab breakers. Obviously, we're going to put +2 on perimeter and then +3 on steal to cater around more people on this game. So 60 interior defense, we're not going to get any badges like paint patroller or post move lockdown, but if you get a bump in the paint, you might have a chance of, knocking them out of the dunk animation, forcing them into a layup because, we are only 204 pounds, 72 strength. So, I mean, we're not the biggest body in the world, but maybe the attribute will help just a little bit. Perimeter defense, we got a 97 for now. If you got no cab breakers, we got, Hall of Fame challenger, on-ball menace, pick dodger, bronze immovable, and then obviously that Hall of Fame off-ball pest. Obviously, we're going to put the +2 cab breakers on it to make it 99 for all the legend badges, but if you don't have the cab breakers, I mean, this is still good, which you should have them from the season, since it's only +2. If you don't have any, I mean, the Hall of Fame will work just fine. 96 steal. Without the cab breakers, we have Hall of Fame glove and Hall of Fame interceptor. These 2 badges work great on the Hall of Fame level together. Obviously the glove, if you're in front of the guard, just mash your square button and pray you're going to get it. And then interceptor, sometimes it's like a little magnetic force that pulls you into the lane with this badge. And then, obviously the +3 to the steal. If you have those cab breakers, having these 2 on legend is going to be very, very good ball. So, having perimeter and steal both at a 99 is pretty much a necessity compared to all the other attributes that you could possibly get. Just make sure you have them. Now, we have a 48 block, which, I mean, it's basically a useless attribute. Maybe you'll get a block every now and then, but 48 block, 62 vert, just best of luck. It's not an attribute we really need to talk about. 46 O board and 72 D board. So the difference between this build and the other one, these are basically kind of flipped. We do have a lot more defensive rebound, which it's pretty much preference. If you want to have more O board, you could switch these 2. The attributes cost the same, but we still get that silver box out beast and bronze rebound chaser. So if you do need to get a rebound on the defensive end, just crash. As soon as you see the ball go up, try and either get box out or a good jump, and then you can get it. 46 O board. If you're in the corner dropping, just get a box out. That's all you really need to do. But these are going to be the defensive attributes. They are looking pretty solid. We can go up to our pass accuracy. We got 60 pass ac, 72 ball handle, and 77 speed with ball. These are pretty much going to be standard. But as I was talking about, lockdowns, it's either between a 50 and a 65 pass ac. So this one does have a 60. We do not get that bronze break starter, but we do get bronze dimer. So if you need to hit your point guard that's dexing around, or, maybe he's cutting in for a midi, whatever it is, the dimer is going to be beneficial. Maybe you even hit your popper, whatever it is, as long as you have the badge, that's all that matters. 72 ball handle, we do get some dribble badges, and we also do get silver strong handle. So if you need to take the ball and make your own shot, you could do that just fine. 77 speed with ball, we do get lightning launch on silver, so you are going to be a little fast off the dribble. However, you need to play on offense. This should help you out quite a bit. Going on to our shooting now, we do have an 88 3-point shot. Our mid-range and free throw are going to be staying the same. 88 3-point, again, Patty Mills on a 6'4 lock is just insane on this game. Literally just quick stop in the corner, the wing, top of the key, wherever it is. Literally just create your own shot. Shoot those opens, even though they really are yellows. I mean, you know how Patty Mills gets. We do get silver Deadeye, bronze limitless, silver set shot, and shifty shooter. So again, you could have a very big impact to the offense on this build, however you want to do it. As I said, whether it's, corner fading, shooting at the wing, top of the key, you can literally do whatever you want. 78 midi, if you need to get your midi fades in, you could definitely do that. Spin jumpers, pull-ups, whatever it is. And then 63 free throw is not going to be much because this build, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't really put it in the rec, but if you need more free throw, you could up it if you need. Now, going on to our finishing, rounding off this build off, we do got 65 standing dunk. Our driving dunk is going to be at a 70. We're going to have a 28 post control. Post shot put up to a 67, and that's going to round off the build. It's honestly looking pretty solid if you don't have a bunch of cab breakers or you need a build to start off without the cab breakers. We got a 70 driving dunk and a 65 standing. So 70 driving dunk, we do get a couple of good dunk packages, especially some athletic ones. We don't get that 80 for Malik Monk, but it's still going to get the job done. And we also do get bronze aerial wizard. So, again, those self lobs, those regular lobs, you will be able to catch them. But again, we do get some pretty good packages. And then 75 standing dunk, we do get 1 or 2 standing dunk packages. So you just run to the rim, press square with R2, and you should be able to get the animations off every single time. But this is going to be the second alternative for the 6'4 lock build. Again, this one isn't really centered around cab breakers too much. If you're new to the game, you're a low rep, you don't got many, this is a pretty good, start, especially since you don't get too much rep on a lockdown build. We could go over this build top to bottom. We got a 70 driving dunk, which gives us a couple packages, 65 standing dunk, so we could get standings majority of the time, 78 midi for those midi fades, 88 3-point shots, so we could just create whatever shot we want, 60 pass act for that bronze dimer in case our point guard, dexes around a little bit. We got some ball handle and speed with ball to create our own shot, 60 interior to knock people out of dunk animations, 99 perimeter and 99 steal after the cap breakers. We could have those 99 defensive attributes. We got 72 defensive rebound, and then we got the 92 speed and 93 agility. So you got to let me know down in the comment section what you think about this one. Obviously, the build before was a bit better, but you do have to have a little bit more game time for those cap breakers. As I said, this is pretty much like a beginner to the game build. I gotta give you guys two options. There's a vast majority of the people who either have a bunch of hours on the game or they're pretty new. You just never know. So let's go ahead and press X, press continue, and see what we have came up with the build name. Let's see if it's any different from the first one. Should be pretty similar since they are still 6'4", small forward lock builds. We have created the 3&D wing. I mean, the build names, hopefully one day on 2K, they get a little bit different. Because low-key, I'm tired of the 3&D wings, all the point guard build names. I mean, maybe even one day we can customize our own names. Who knows? All right, so yeah, I mean, as I said, if you want to be an absolute menace on NBA 2K25 and you need a 6'4" lockdown build, I mean, those are two very good ones for you. One of those has a lot more attributes due to just having more cap breakers, and then the second one was more of a beginner one. If you're new to the game or you're trying to get more cap breakers, and you just need a build to start off, that one is going to be for you. Let me know what you think about either of those builds down in the comment section. Any tweaks you'd make, any attributes you saw that could be improved. It would help a lot of people out. But anyways, if you did enjoy this video, man, and it did help you out, please hit that subscribe button. Drop a like while you're down there. We are on the road to 60K, and we are closing on it pretty soon. So I hope you help me out just a little bit. Hey, I hope you guys had a great day today and a great rest of your day. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.